going to talk about social media. Not really social media, but why did I just jump off it? Like, why do I take breaks from it? Do you find that maybe you need to? Do you find that you are struggling with that? Do you find like you have to jump on social media immediately? If you do, listen to this podcast really quick, and I'm sure you're going to walk away with something that you might be able to apply to. What's up, everyone? Thank you for coming back again. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you. And recently, I just took Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, something else, and I just wiped it off my phone. Why? Why would I do such a thing? Oh, it's because I read in an article that I have to do this in order for my mental health to feel. No, I just felt like I needed to. And I feel that's where people make a big mistake, because we do things that other people tell us to do. First is, how do I feel in making this decision? How is this decision affecting my life? For me, it was a moment, I'm not going to forget it, right? It was on Saturday. The kids are there. We just went to the park. We had a great time. The kids I think they were on their 330. So 330 means video game iPad time. So they get this time of the day where they can enjoy playing video games, whether it's Nintendo Switch or IO games on the computer, or even family fun Nintendo Switch time, or you're on the iPad playing games, whatever. It's their time to explore that, because they earned it, right? They did their job. And at that time, one was on, the other one was on, and then I looked at me and Nat, and we're both on the counter, literally just looking through nothing. So that was the first instant, right? And then after that, I served dinner to the kids. We were waiting for ours while I was cooking, and then I looked again, and me and Nat are boop, 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 just typing away or scrolling through nothing. Whereas, not saying that we need to discuss anything or that we need to do anything more. I just found ourselves being very distant in that moment. And that was just like, you know what? I think it's time to get rid of it for a little while. But that was strike number one for me, right? Strike number two, which was a test, was I noticed, and I kept track of it as I thought about it. I didn't write it down, but I thought about how many times do I go on Instagram when I lay down in bed, right? I try to meditate and or take a nap sometime during the day if I can. And if not, I'm going to bed with the kids, right? I'm reading them their story, reading their book, and now I'm getting agitated because Sage does not like to sleep very nicely. She always likes to put up a fight with everyone. So now I'm arguing with her and trying to get her into bed and trying her to get to sleep before it gets too late. But what I have focused myself on was I noticed that did I focus myself on? That didn't make sense. I noticed that I've been on my phone, and I just get my last couple scrolls, and I try to check any messages that I need to answer, which I don't answer. Right, I don't answer them, and people tag me in 1,000 videos, and I want to watch them. Boogies. And I want to watch them, so I'll watch them, like them, because I want to make sure that I don't feel like I'm ignoring them, right? It's really a reason why, right? We answer a lot of those things that people send us, not only because they send it to us, but because you don't want them to feel like you're ignoring them, as much as I do appreciate most, but it was too much. And I found myself not sleeping the same time every day that I usually do, or that I can. So I took it away yesterday to start, which is Sunday, and I noticed that I went for my phone, I went to go look to scroll through a reel or scroll through my messages and see what's up, and there's nothing there for me to hit. So I put on my binaural beats, my meditation music, or maybe some type of a webinar or some type of an ebook, and I pressed play, and then I fell asleep faster than I ever have. Maybe because I wasn't stimulated by answering messages, maybe because I wasn't stimulated by watching some video that made me laugh, right? I'm not sure, but I don't think it's right or wrong. I just felt like it was something that I needed to do, because I started to depend on it, right, in order to communicate with people, to make sure that they're okay, or to make sure that they're, maybe responding or watching, right, which doesn't make sense. Why does one person's opinion or multiple people's opinion have to have a factor inside my life? Why do I have to have the need to, I guess, get that dopamine hit, right? And that's what the studies will say, right? All social media is quick dopamine hits. And after a while, we get very, very diluted. That's not dilute fucking cocaine. I don't know what that meant. Washed up. I don't know. Watered down, right? Your dopamine gets watered down, and it takes a lot more for you to get stimulated. So now you're on there more, you're posting more, you're looking for more, because what you have is just not enough. Now, doesn't that make sense in life? Because we already feel like we're not enough. Well, I'm not saying you're, right? Because it's me. I already feel like I'm not enough at all. And that's something that I work on every day. But for something else to add on to me that's going to make me feel less than, Well, no, why am I doing myself? I'm not helping myself out. I'm not doing the best thing that I can do for myself. I'm actually looking for more dopamine, right? I'm making more videos and making more things, so I do get the likes and I do get the share, and I have enough of that on YouTube. And like I said, I'm doing it on YouTube because this is what I'm focusing on. Whether it becomes successful or not, I'm still putting the work in here. But for me to put in the work here, and then on Instagram, and then on Snapchat, and then on Facebook, it's too much. Like I said, it's too much. So sometimes you got to look at it, right? Put it into perspective. Are you on there for a reason? Or is this now your form of entertainment? It's your form of entertainment. Cool. You know, if it makes your day go by, then it makes your day go by. But if it's going against the values of your life and the values that you're looking to achieve, well, then why are you on it that much? And it's not your fault. It's designed to do that, right? It's designed to make you stay on. It's designed to make you never click off. It's designed for you to stay on that platform. And they do a really good job of it. But at some point, what are you doing? You know, and just be aware. Honestly, it's just self-awareness. Like, look at what it is you're doing in the time of like being bored, right? When you're bored, you want to do something, and that's how we're trained. That's for damn sure. When we're bored, we want to fidget and text message and send something out. You ever just send a message to someone that was just like smiley face, what are you doing? Because you just want to talk to someone because you don't know how to be alone. And I'm not saying you, right? I'm not portraying this as you. I'm also talking about me. I notice that when I am on Instagram a lot, when I am on Facebook enough, that I am not being comfortable being quiet. I'm not comfortable being bored. And I'm always going to be looking for something to excite me, or something to give me a little bit of a drip. And I'll always talk about meditation. Meditation is that. So of course, meditating is going to be harder for you, especially if you rely on that drip or cannot be bored for a certain period of time by yourself. And isn't that the most important factor? Like, the most important thing is us, right? You're the most important person in your life. People may think, oh no, my kids are, oh no, my wife is, my husband is. No. Motherfucker, you are the most important person inside your life. And they say it, as cliche as it sounds now, right? Because I've been saying it since 2008. Put your own fucking gas mask on first. And then maybe not your gas mask because you're going to kill yourself, right? Put on your air mask on first. Put your mask on first. It's the thing they say on airplane. Very cliche these days. 2008, no one fucking ever said it. Now, everywhere, because it's important. But do we do it, right? Do we apply? And that's with anything that you're looking for in self-help, self-development, improving your life. You're here because you're listening to me, but at the same time, there's a little piece of you that maybe is like, hey, he's going to say some shit that might click with me. And you're the most important person in your life. But when we sink away and do a little too much, not benefiting us, but more of distracting us, well, then you got to rethink a little bit. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm like, oh, Pete said stop. No, I didn't say stop. I said assess. Look at your life. Is it helping you or is it not? Can you take a break and just let your hormones and brain just regroup a little bit? I think it'd be a great idea. Maybe limit it to a time. You know, at this fucking 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I'm all in. I'm balls in fucking Instagram. And then after that, I'm done. But for me, it was taken away from my quality of sleep, right? It was taken away from my quality of family time. And it was taken away from my quality of boredom. Because whenever I was bored or didn't have anything really to do, I didn't just appreciate that. I didn't just appreciate the time that I can just sit by myself in my own thought and reflect with what is it am I going to do? How do I feel today versus someone telling me how I'm supposed to feel? It's a little different. It's a little, I don't know the word. I really say I don't know the word there. So maybe I should learn the words. Nah, no thank you. No habla inglés. Hablo español. Me llamo Pedro. Just so you know, I'm on Babbel, and I've been practicing my Spanish. So hopefully you do too. Babbel. It's a really good app if you check on it. It's something that's really helped me with my Spanish because I want to learn Spanish more, right? I want to learn Spanish and be able to communicate and understand what my mother-in-law is saying, right? Because with that and the mom talks sometimes, you know, they do the Spanglish. He's Dominican, so sometimes it goes back and forth, English and Spanish. But I really want to know what it is and maybe say something fun to be able to communicate better in Spanish. Not only that, I think my kids should learn it at some point because it's the other language of this country. So you might as well learn it, you know, and be able to communicate with someone. There's a lot of Spanishes here too. Spanishes. That's definitely racist if I said that. Spanishes. But check out Babbel. It's an app, and it's really good. It's a really good way to learn a different language. Next will be Filipino. Weird, right? I'd rather learn Spanish than Filipino. That's fucked up. my own nationality, I don't want to learn it. That's how much trauma I have behind trying to learn Tagalog and Kababangan. Instead, I'd rather learn Espanol, the language of our country, in the southern country. The fuck I'm talking about. So, no, camera went out. Well, camera 2. So, I don't know much of the science behind it. I'm sure I've read enough where I understand that social media can be good or bad, right? It's a great way to market. It's a great way to keep in touch. I think it's a fantastic way to talk to and keep in touch with people. Most people will answer their DMs more than they will their text, right? And that's just a natural thing. I don't know why. I leave them on the burner, but for me, IG, I kind of leave it on the burner for a long time. I'm opposite. I'm actually both the worst. So I don't like answering many things. I definitely don't answer phone calls very well. Text messages take me 36 hours. And then Instagram, it depends. If my fingers want to move, then I'll answer the IG thing. I can't even imagine. That's primary. There's other ones that are like people that, I don't know what they call it. There's other tab. One is like spam. The other one's like, hey, maybe it's your friend messages. I know there's some in there. I just was tired. I can't. Yeah, too much. I don't even like pressing capital letter. I don't like pressing an uppercase letter thing, but I'll change, I'm sure, because that's a part of me that needs to improve as well. And I think that's life. Like finding what it is we like doing and improving in that field. Not becoming better or the best, but just improving. For me, my quality of life is very important. And I caught myself not really utilizing everything I can by being distracted by something. And I haven't checked, I haven't seen, and honestly, it doesn't make a difference. I just feel bad if there's someone sent me a message and now I can't answer it, because a lot of people message me there, they'll communicate with me there. A lot of people don't have my new phone number, so that's the only thing that it is, because otherwise I'll just be watching some guy fart in Central Park, like he's my favorite. Some dude just farts randomly in Central Park, and then he makes me laugh, and that they videotape the reactions of the people or the girls or the old ladies, or the way it's the best. Then I watch this other guy, he pretends he's a janitor in the gym, and like he's a professional powerlifter, like world record holder, and he just demolishes the weights, embarrasses people that look like they're deadlifting big or squatting big or benching big, and it's guys that are wearing shirts like this, right, and they're 10 times the size of him, and the guy just like pretends to mop around it, but like picks up the weight real easy, and they're just bewildered by his thing. That's another one. And then I watch wrestling MMA videos over and over again, right? I've seen enough. And then once in a while, some girl with an ass pops up. That's just normal. It's in the feed, so hey, what are you going to do? It's there. Do I stare? Do I double tap? Nope. Scroll past it. Maybe stare a little bit, and then I scroll past it. But if there's something that you can walk away with this is C. Are you spending too much time on these apps? Is it affecting your quality of life? The best one is sleeping. When you go lay down and wake up, right? You could even say and wake up. What's the first thing you do once you lay down? Are you scrolling for the last couple minutes to make sure you didn't miss anything? Think about that. Do you really have a fear of missing something that much that you have to? I did. It was just part of my comfort. I just lay down. Oh, let me open up Instagram for a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, let me check the messages. Boop, 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 boop. And I would just, because it would be sitting in my head if not. But now I took it off. I can't think about it. So it's no longer a fact. Now the space, the RAM in my head isn't as much, right? I'm trying to really, and I talk about this inside the podcast I had with Marco. It's called the macro experience. I hope that's the name of the podcast, but I'll put it in the comments below of when it's going to come out. Great guy, great podcast. It was fun doing it with them, and just talking about that is very important, right? Just knowing, like, what are you doing? Where's your quality of life going? If it's not benefiting you, then why are we? And I'm not saying if it's helping you distract yourself, then fine. But do you really need to be that distracted? Just wondering. Now I'm saying, if you like the channel, patreon.com/Jersey to Vegas. Boom. Donate to the channel. Do what you can. It's a coffee a day. A coffee a month. Not a day. It's a coffee. Imagine if you gave me a coffee a day. Some do. Thank you for the coffees a day. But a coffee a month, $5 a month is minimal. And then you can move up as much as you want and help the channel. Help me get new lights, new programs to make these things cooler and better. And I do appreciate everything that you guys have done so far. It's going to be 2 years. May 29th will be the 2-year anniversary, and then season 3 starts after that. I'm super excited for season 3. I already did 3 podcasts to set that up, and it's going to be fun. And I'm really happy you guys were part of 1 and 2. Season 3 is going to be the game changer. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.